Hello everyone, today I'm going to review the 7Artisans 25mm T1.05 Cine lens from the Vision series on my Fujifilm X-H2S. For those new to the channel, my name is Andrei Dima, I'm a travel photographer and videomaker, and recently I went for a job in Granada, Spain, and this was the perfect opportunity to test the 7Artisans 25mm T1.05 Cine lens, and man do I love this lens. Let me show you some footage and then get into the review. Well, that looks good, or you could say cinematic. This is just a small part. If you want to see the full video, color graded and all, I added it at the end of this video. Yes, the footage you saw was ungraded, just stabilized. Let's talk about the wonderful build quality of this lens. It is completely made of metal. The mount is metal, the iris and focus gears are metal, everything is very well put together. The lens has a nice soft finish and nicely engraved markings. Being a cinema lens and made completely out of metal and glass, it weighs a bit more than your average lenses, coming in at 956 grams. But believe me, this is not a problem, even for people that shoot handheld, because the lens is not very long and its center of gravity is not far from the camera body. This helps you get more stable footage and balance it on a gimbal. The optical structure is 11 elements in 9 groups and it has an 82mm filter thread. Actually, all Vision lenses have an 82 filter thread to make your life easier. They also have the focus and aperture gears in the same position, so it is going to be a breeze changing these Cine lenses on your setup. And it has a great minimum focus distance of 23 centimeters, so you can go close and personal with your subject. The lens is fully manual and it has no electronic contacts or weather sealing, but keep in mind this is a budget cinema lens. You won't mind those missing features once you start using this lens and enjoy its beautiful character. Being a Cine lens, the focus ring of course has built-on gears and it is very well dampened. It works smoothly and it is very easy to use with or without a follow focus system. As you can see here, the focus throw is long but not too long, and I love that about this lens because you can make very precise focus pulls. Now, one of the main characteristics of a Cine lens besides the gears on its rings is reduced focus breathing or none at all. And on this lens, the focus breathing is very well controlled. You get just a little bit of focus breathing, almost unnoticeable. 7Artisans did a great job with this lens. The iris ring goes from T1.05 to T16. Yes, this lens brings in a lot of light and gives you smooth out of focus backgrounds. Let me quickly explain the difference between T-stops and f-stops. I won't go very far into detail and try to make it simple, but I think this is something you should know before buying such a lens. The T-stop refers to the transmission of the light through all the lens interior components like glass elements, and the f-stop refers only to the light that is passing through the iris. Now let's get into the important stuff you all are waiting for, and that is image quality. And man do I love the image quality of this lens. I don't like clinically sharp footage, I prefer the softer, more vintage lens look. And this one does just that, but also if stopped down can provide very sharp footage if needed. All the test footage was shot on the Fujifilm X-H2S in 4K ProRes light at 24 frames per second with a high quality ND filter. The lens at T1.05 is a bit soft in the center, but I find it very usable. The corners are softer, but at this T-stop I don't care about that. I care about the low light footage and creamy backgrounds which this lens provides. It lets so much light in at T1.05 that I had to use an ND filter at night for some shots. That's just bonkers for one of the cheapest cinema lenses. If you want more sharpness in the center, just start stopping the lens down. You will see the image quality gradually improve. At T4 it is very sharp and the corners get better as well. And at T5.6 you get sharp results from corner to corner if needed. But this lens shines at its brightest T-stop, and most of the Granada footage is shot at T1.05 because I enjoy the softness and lens flare. Speaking of lens flare, I love the look of it on this lens. I know not everybody likes flares, but I do for my footage. Don't get scared, the only times you get flares is if you shoot directly into a powerful source of light. Otherwise, I didn't notice any, and if you stop it down, it gets better at controlling them. And if you stop down this lens, you get some really nice sun stars, if that is your thing. Now let's talk about the bokeh of this lens. As you saw in some of my footage, it is nice and creamy. At such a lower T-stop, you get some amazing out-of-focus backgrounds that never look busy, and the transition between focus and out of focus is great. Of course, being such a bright lens at this budget, you can see chromatic aberrations at T1.05 in high contrast scenes and with bright lights at night, but stopping it down to T2 makes them go away. This is the price you pay for such a bright lens, but I'm okay with that, and some people like chromatic aberrations in their footage. The image at minimum focus distance is good. I think being able to get as close as 27 cm with a cinema lens is amazing. 7Artisans put a lot of effort in making this an all-around great cinema lens for people with low budgets and starting filmmakers. 7Artisans did send me this lens to review and give you my honest opinion, and my honest opinion is that this is a beautiful lens. From its image quality to its build quality, you can create some beautiful films and videos with it at such a low cost. And that T1.05 stop is just amazing for low light. Its softness is not a minus, but a plus for people that don't want clinical sharpness in their footage. And you can always stop down or raise sharpness in camera or add it in post, but I don't think it's necessary. If you are looking for a great budget-friendly all-around cinema lens with character, just go right ahead and buy it. Before the full Granada video, please subscribe, this helps me grow the channel. And if you want to support me even more, check out my presets pack and use the links in the description. Now let's enjoy Granada!